Hi there, I'm Sam Shah, Director of Digital Development for NHSX. You might have heard a little bit about NHSX, but ultimately we're focusing on the digital transformation of the NHS. So a few things about digitisation and transformation. The first thing, of course, is the two are not the same. And ultimately, everything is about change and transformation. Digitisation has been happening for some time. We've been taking benefit of the internet era to make new innovations happen and exist across society, whether that's in retail, banking, or even healthcare. If we think about the way society works, we have something like more than 4.4 billion people that use the internet every day, and about 3.3 billion devices that are connected to the web that different people are using. If we think about society in the UK, we have 93% digital penetration. So it's inevitable that when we think about transformation, digital becomes part of it. But transformation doesn't happen on its own. It happens because of people. And there are a few things we need to think about in terms of digital transformation. The first thing we always need to consider is brand, getting the messaging right. So as part of starting off any transformation program, think about the branding and think about the messaging. This is really important to get people interested and enthused about a topic area. The next thing though is working out the focus, the goals. What is it that you want to change and why do you want to change it? Take those key goals and make them part of your descriptor for the problem, the change, whatever it happens to be. And after that, we need to think about actions. We all have some responsibility in this. If we're not acting in a way that is making change and transformation happen and we're not demonstrating that, it's unlikely we'll take people with us. And then finally, we need to think about those things that are going to get the message out there and get people on board and switched on. That requires vision and that requires people supporting this initiative. But the next thing is who leads the change? Well, it's probably everyone. The business visionary could be everyone from someone at the board all the way down to someone on the ground who's actually seeing patients. So it's really important that we have a range of stakeholders involved in a transformation program and working in a way that brings in different people at different points in time. But ultimately, data-driven approaches have been those that have succeeded most. They've worked in every other sector. So being really focused on getting the right data, the right analytics to support the change program is really important. So it's quite important to set out early on what those goals are, how you measure them, and then how you display them and demonstrate them. Taken together, there's some hope that a transformation program could work. But above all else, we've got to focus on users. We've got to really work out what is it in terms of the clinical need, the emotional need, and the practical need that we're focusing on for this change to happen. So set out the problem statement, identify the needs, then work on a program that supports transformation, and the technology and the digitization will of course follow. They'll be part of every single process, but they shouldn't be the sole driver. Thank you.